Hey, how you doing YouTube? I'm back in another video, and today I'm going to be talking about why the NBA should be scared of the Brooklyn Nets. And now, if you're new to this channel, I make a video like this on every team, so don't think I'm saying the Brooklyn Nets are going to be this unbelievably great team next year. No, I think at best they're going to be a playoff team, but this is mainly why they should be scared of the Nets going into the future. Maybe not this year, but maybe years to come. You'll understand what I mean once I actually get into the video, and if you're returning, obviously you know this. But I mean, I think I have to say this before this video starts, because I know some of y'all probably won't watch all the way to the end. I mean, if y'all are subscribed to my channel right now, y'all are freaking unbelievable. We hit 300 subs 2 days ago. We're at 350. Hands down, can't thank y'all enough. I just wanted to get that out of the way before I started this video. I just really wanted to know that I'm so thankful for y'all. But yeah, so without further ado, without me rambling on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so the first thing I'm getting to is because you know how I said that this isn't mainly for this year, but maybe years to come? Well, this is what I mean. They're finally getting their first round draft pick. I mean, they have finally lived down the trade that I think they went for Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Jason Terry, I think, and they traded like 2016 through 18 draft picks or 2015 through 18 draft picks. It was bad. I just know it was like a very bad trade because Garnett and all them were out of their prime. It was just pretty awful, and you know, it backfired pretty bad. But now they're finally gonna get their picks next year, so I mean, it's probably gonna benefit them to tank next year because now they will finally be able to get a good lottery pick. But with the Brooklyn Nets looks, they'll make the playoffs and get a mid-level pick or something. But I mean, I really do not think they will make the playoffs. I mean, I think it's a 50-50 chance because they had a much better year than they usually have last year. But I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I think it would be probably like a 15 through 10 lottery pick. That's where I think they'll end up picking. But I mean, that's going to be better than not having a first round pick, and that's what they have not had for many years. And if they did, it was a very late first round pick. That really doesn't matter. But now they're actually going to have a legit, meaningful pick, which will mean so much to that organization. I mean, I'm not a Brooklyn Nets fan, and I feel bad for the fans of them just from not having those picks. I mean, picks are huge for a rebuilding team, and when you don't have them, it's very hard to rebuild that team. So, I mean, I'm happy that y'all finally get those picks. So, I mean, that's going to be a huge reason why, like, if y'all can get a couple home runs on those picks, right there, you're back in contention. Maybe not for the finals, but you're back in playoff contention, and you're actually going to be a threat in the league again. But now my second reason for this video is going to be that they have a very young base. Now, like I said, they didn't have many draft picks, so I mean, I kind of have to applaud the GM for having such young players and have players that have like a pretty high ceiling. I mean, it's crazy because at point guard, obviously they have D'Angelo Russell. He was kind of hurt last year, so we couldn't see his full potential, but when he wasn't hurt, he could score very efficiently. He's a very good scorer, and when he's not hurt, he can probably average you around 20 points per game. I mean, he can shoot the ball well, score the ball well, and he's a decent starting point guard in this league. So I mean, and he's young, so he has tons of times to develop and like hit his ceiling. He still has not came anywhere near to hitting his full potential. So I mean, I really want to see what he's going to be like a full year healthy with the Brooklyn Nets. I really do want to see how he's going to end up leading that team, see how he does it. I want to see if he can really fulfill that leadership role like people thought he was going to be able to do in the Lakers, but he was not able to do. I really want to see how that works out. So I mean, he's going to be a very big piece of their future, I think, unless they trade him for somebody. But then they have another player who I think is extremely underrated in Jarrett Allen at center. He was their rookie last year, and I mean, he was actually their first round pick, but it wasn't their first round pick. But they actually end up getting a pretty nice player late in the first round. Jarrett Allen, I mean, he's not much of a scorer, right? But I mean, he can protect the paint. I think he averaged like 1.2 blocks per game last year. Guards paint, grabs boards, averaged like 8 points per game. And the more minutes he gets, the more time he plays. By next year, he'll be like a 10 to 12 point per game score. So I'm pretty sure he's just going to keep going up and up. So I think D'Angelo Russell and Jarrett Allen are going to be two very good pieces to build around if you're the Brooklyn Nets. And like, at least you have a base. And another good young player, Caris LeVert and Allen Crabbe, two young players who can score the ball. I mean, they're not much defensively, but they can both definitely score the ball, as they both average over 10 points per game. So they're going to give you at least 20 points per game between both of them on average. So, I mean, that's always nice to have. And the Brooklyn Nets are going to be a pretty good offensive team next year, I think. But, I mean, defensively might be where they struggle, but Jarrett Allen might be able to hold that down depending how he develops. I think he's a very underrated player, and I really want to see how he develops. I think it's going to be one of those sleeper picks to, like, just have a breakout year one year that no one's expecting. So I really do like their young base. So, I mean, for them not having as many draft picks or trading away all their first round draft picks and not having many high lottery picks, I think they have done a very, very good job at getting a young base to build around. I really do think that having assets that they can trade if they need to. But now my third reason is going to be their depth. Now, I mean, and they have good depth. It's not just bad depth. But, I mean, they actually have very, very solid bench players. I mean, just look at what they have. They have Spencer Dinwiddie. He was a Sixth Man of the Year candidate last year. Caris LeVert, a very good shooter, can shoot threes, can give you about 10 points per game. Kenneth Faried is a good defender and will hustle, and same with Ed Davis. He's also a good defender. I mean, so when you look at their bench, they pretty much have a starting 4 off their bench. Because Spencer Dinwiddie is definitely a usable point guard in this league, obviously. Caris LeVert's a usable shooting guard. Kenneth Faried's a usable power forward. He was there with the Nuggets for a while. And Ed Davis is a good start for some other teams in this league. So I really do think they have a lot of good depth on this team to go along with that solid starting lineup that they have. So I really do think that depth is going to go a very, very long way for them. And no telling if it's going to end up working out for them. But I think that this team is going to be a middle of the road team next year, at least. But now my fourth and final reason, sorry I couldn't count it, I was trying to count it, is going to be their cap after this offseason. I mean, dude, next offseason, they have the most cap space out of any team in the NBA. At least they're projected to, assuming they don't take on Joakim Noah's contract or something. Assuming they don't do something catastrophic to their cap in a trade or something, they're going to have enough cap to sign 2 max players. And I mean, there's players like Klay Thompson. I'm not saying they're going to get them, but Klay Thompson, Kyrie, Jimmy Butler, and among other players, and Kevin Durant. I mean, I doubt that happens, but I mean, there's a lot of potential to go around right there. Kawhi Leonard, there's a lot of potential that they could get at least 1-star player. Now if you get that 1-star player, now you can have a big 3 of Jared Allen, D'Lo, Kawhi Leonard, whoever you draft in the draft next year, whoever you draft, you still have good scores, you still have a good bench. I think they have a chance in the future, in the next 2 to 3 years, to be legit, like, every year playoff contenders to 2nd to 3rd round. And I mean, maybe in 4 to 5 years, finals contenders when the Warriors are probably more broken up and a little bit older. So I mean, I think this team could be extremely, extremely scary, and that the future is actually pretty bright for the Brooklyn Nets. This is assuming that they can do pretty good on all their draft picks if they're lottery draft picks. This is assuming they can do that. So I mean, if they can do good on draft picks, build around the young base that they have, keep that depth that they have, and sign a star in the offseason, which is extremely possible, as Kyrie and Jimmy Butler have had extreme talk. I mean, Jimmy Butler wants to leave the Timberwolves. He doesn't want to stay there. Kawhi is going to the Lakers. He's not going to the Nets. He wants to go to the big franchise. Kevin Durant's not leaving. I mean, he might be leaving, but he won't go to the Brooklyn Nets. But Jimmy Butler and Kyrie, 2 players that are future is not known yet for the team that they're on right now. They have been talks about wanting to team up, and the Brooklyn Nets have enough money to have that. Plus, they're not going to be awful if they sign on that team. So, I mean, I would definitely be watching out for the Brooklyn Nets next offseason. And it might not be that eventful of a year this year for Brooklyn Nets fans, but I definitely think in at least 2 more years, at least y'all will be playoff contenders. And this is assuming that all of this goes to plan. So, I mean, I really would want to see that, and I think Brooklyn Nets are a team to keep your eye out on. But unfortunately, guys, that's going to be it for this video. So if you did like the video, at any point, hit the like button and subscribe button. And comment below any thoughts and opinions you had. Do you think the Brooklyn Nets will be a playoff team? Do you think their future's bright? Do you think they're going to stay bad? Do you think they're going to stay garbage? I want to hear all your thoughts and opinions below. And if you have any video ideas you want to see me make, comment those below as well. Like I said earlier, thank you for all the support. Like I said, I mean, 50 subscribers in like 2 days. I've been showing so much support. I can't thank y'all enough for that. I actually love y'all so much for it. Mwah! I just gave y'all a kiss. That was weird. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get out of here, but I want y'all to have a blessed day, because I had a blessed day, so all y'all need to have a blessed day. See you tomorrow's video. Goodbye. Blah, 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 blah.